thoughts on the offseason so far?
It's been a great offseason. Building chemistry with my teammates, and building the culture that Auburn always had. It's been fun so far. A lot of grinding, a lot of sweat. We're ready to get the season started.
What aspects of your game have you worked on the most in the off season?
Just being in the weight room, getting a little quicker, a little faster, stronger. My three-point shot, my free throws.
I know it was several months ago now, but talk about your decision to come back to Auburn, kind of what you heard from the NBA process and what went into your decision to come back.
Kind of like what I just said, my three-point shot, shooting better percentage, my free throw percentage, and then just showing my athleticism a little bit more, getting more athletic on the defensive side.
What should they know about Auburn, the Auburn team this year? What should people know?
What should people know? That we're gonna bring it every night. And we're still hungry. We're not satisfied with what we did last year. It's a new year, so we're still coming.
For you and for the team, expectations going into the season are, certainly really high. How have you, as I guess one of the more experienced one of the leaders of the team, managed that, with the rest of the guys?
We're gonna have a couple transfers from the freshmen, along with our veterans and our returners. So I feel like just getting everybody on the same page and going in the right direction, I feel like that has helped us a lot with this year coming up.
Who are some of the guys who have caught your eye so far? I guess just how are the new guys settling in practice?
I say all of them. I'm going to do a little bit all of them. Starting with JP, came from Broome. He's a true point guard. He likes to run the show. Get everybody in place in order. You go like a freshman, Jakai and Tahai, they're both explosive athletes. Tahai can score at a very high clip. And obviously, Jakai is super athletic, but I think people know about him is like his defense. He's very long. He can be in the passing lanes, and he can, bother offensive players a lot. You got Miles. He's probably the best shooter on our team, probably hands down. He shoots at a very high clip. And you got Johni Hudson. He's our foreman who came in transfer from SMU. He brings a more physical to our team, a little bit of toughness, a little bit of grit, he got a little dog training. So I feel like they all have added things that we needed from this last year.
How have you seen Chaney Johnson and Denver Jones? How have they improved and expanded their game in the offseason?
They've improved a lot. Denver, he looks a little more comfortable than he did last year. He just he flows better. He's started to play a little bit of point guard and two, so he's kind of maturing in the way of just playing basketball, making the right decisions. And then Chaney, a year under his belt, come from D2. I feel like that has helped them this past year being behind Jalen Williams, and he's going to open a lot of eyes this year. Chaney's very good. He's very skilled around the basket on offense and defensive end, so he's going to help us a lot this year.
Johni, Coach Pearl says this is by far the toughest schedule he's seen this year. In what ways did preparation change for you?
Just coming back this last year, preparation has to change a little bit, obviously from year to year, and just kind of whether it's getting more shots, being in the room a little bit more, just doing everything a little bit more than I did in the previous years. Obviously, the strength of schedule has played a factor because you can't have the nights off. Every night we come in, we can play someone who's really good or trying to beat us. And we know that, and we're ready for it.
What was the
Coach
point?
said that, or other coaches have said it's not a surprise that you're considered one of the best big men in the country. Just kind of, what are your goals personally this year? Is this kind of like a last year prove it type thing? What are you trying to do individually this season?
I kind of proved a lot individually through my career, but my main goal is a team goal, which is to win the national championship, to make it as far as I can in March Madness, and to when the team shines, everyone shines individually. So I feel as though once we make that happen, then everything else will come with itself.
What do you think were some of the main factors for you, like you said, having a big individual season, developing in your second year at Auburn? What are kind of the things you point to say, I did better at this, I did better at that last year?
Expanding my range a little bit from last year. Finishing on the basket a little bit more. And then just kind of being able to be an elite defender, whether that's rebounding or blocking shots, or just not letting my man score.
When you started hitting threes last year, how much did that change the way teams guarded you, and how much did that open things up for your offense?
Me and Bruce talked about it the first day he recruited me, about me starting to extend my range and shooting more threes and things like that. It obviously opened up the offense a lot more because, I'm very good around the basket, and he has a lot of plays to get me in those positions. But then once I start hitting threes, it opens up, teams close down on me a little bit harder to me drive around and, open up for other people because they're not helping out believing me. So I feel like it just helps our team be better.
Your timing worked out. Where you have the 5th year, you also have NIL money, so you don't have to go out there like the first year. How good a combination is that for you that you get to come back and still earn money, get the 5th year?
It's very good. I would say I'm very blessed to have NIL, and I'm thankful for it and what Auburn has done for me. Like you said, I can come back for my last year and still get paid to play basketball. So I'm very grateful for it.
Coach Pearl mentioned a little bit of you playing, some of both the 4 and the 5 this year, and some of those 2 big lineups. How has that looked so far in practice through a couple weeks?
It looked good. Playing the 4 and the 5. I'm more comfortable. I was more comfortable playing the 5, but I think playing the 4 this summer and this fall has kind of helped me not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. It helped me at the 5 as well, just by knowing what the 4 does and kind of their position on the court. So I kind of know on offense and defense when I get switched, I know how to guard once the 5 is.
Johni, what's it like to be here as defending SEC champs, and how much does that maybe make it even? You guys want to get back-to-back titles in this league even more?
We definitely want to go back-to-back, and we're definitely looking forward to going back-to-back. That's the goal, go back-to-back. We know other people don't want that, and they want to try to win themselves. But we're ready for the gauntlet ahead of us, and we're trying to go back-to-back.
Bruce prioritizes defense, obviously, a lot. He's talked about that a lot this preseason. How have you seen this group come along, considering you guys were so good on defense last year?
Practice is very hard to score. When we go 5-on-5, it's a lot of low scoring. And I try to tell some of the new guys, it's okay, this is what it's supposed to be, because once we play other teams, it's going to be a lot easier because, the whole summer and fall, we know each other's games. We know the go-to moves, the go-to shots. We know the plays that they're running. So it's kind of hard to score in practice, but I think that's what builds our foundation of defense once we get in the season.
And for you, Johni, what in this, coming back to Auburn, you probably already answered this, but what specifically, do you want to work on, and how do you think that can help this team be even better this year?
Being more efficient all around. That's the most bland answer we can give. Just being more efficient on the offensive and defensive end. Not taking plays off. Giving my all on the offensive defensive end, making the right plays for myself and my teammates.
Coach talked a lot about, with this schedule, y'all playing some of the top teams in the country in their house, Maui. How excited are you guys for the challenge that the schedule presents and to show that this team and this program is the top program in the country?
We're definitely the top program in the country. I believe so with the players that the coach has brought in from since I got here to before I got here and now. But it shows the confidence that coach has in us to schedule those teams. You said Maui, we have Purdue, Houston, Duke, Ohio State, Vermont, who's very good. For him to schedule those teams shows us that he's very confident in us and how good he thinks we can be. So I think we're ready for it, and we're ready to play somebody else.
What's your reaction when you see yourself listed as one of the better players in the SEC preseason, first team, and then even nationally, some guys at the number 1 player in the country, knowing the path you've had to climb to get there from a mid-major to the SEC?
It's definitely like when you look at it and you see it come from where I came from. It means a lot to me, just off the recognition wise. But I don't really feed into the SEC first team or the nationally ranked players and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, I have to go out and perform. I have to go out and win with my teammates. So I don't really feed in too much to it, but it's definitely good to see that people being recognized. But at the end of the day, we sure got to go out there, put a jersey on, and win ball games.
Now, you mentioned going back to back. Your rival is expected to stop that for you guys. What does that do for competition level on the team?
That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to try to go out there and win, like everybody else we play. So, we're prepared for that. So, we got to deal with it and go back to back. That's what we want to do.
Johni, do you guys have a sense of unfinished business after the way last season ended?
For sure. Nobody's satisfied with how the season ended. We won that SEC championship, we lost the first round of the year. So, we have it on our board 78 to 76. So we look at it all the time until the season comes up. But everybody knows that there's still a sour taste in our mouth. So we're ready to prove otherwise.
Denver said over there that your three-point shooting has gotten better this offseason. He says you're shooting like a guard out there from deep. How much better do you feel like you've gotten from beyond there? You were really good last year, but do you feel like you've even gotten any better?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously the time, the dedication, the work you put in, hopefully it pays off. Denver's one of the better shooters on the team, and they kind of encouraged me to start shooting with them. So, at first, I was kind of struggling a little bit, but, they still shoot better than me. But, it's a lot closer. I'm starting to make more, and I'm able to do the drill that they do to working their shots, making like 5 in a row at each spot before you move on, things like that. So kind of working out with them and kind of taking something from what they do and putting it into my own game has allowed me to, shoot better, I guess.
Speaking of shooters, Miles, what does he bring to you guys on this team this year, on this roster?
He brings a lot. His biggest thing he brings is his ability to shoot the ball, but he also gets to the basket. But what people don't realize is every day in practice they call him Steph Curry because how he moves off the ball. He runs baseline to baseline. He come up floppy screens. He constantly moves. So it's very hard to guard him because when you help a little bit, he slides to the corner or he comes up or he circles back. Like he moves all the time. And as a post player, having the ball in the post, he's someone you want on the wing because he's someone to find a way to get open whenever you need trouble.
You guys and your team have been to a few home football games this season. Whenever you're sitting there watching a game or even at home watching football, does it get you more excited for your season and your time to shine on the court?
I wouldn't say at the football game it is. We kind of embracing the Auburn family, Auburn community, and watching the Auburn football game. It's fun to watch. The atmosphere is crazy, and Jordan here, but I feel like once you get home and it's like the weather starts to change, it's kind of like basketball season coming up, so it definitely gets you more antsy and more excited about it.
You brought up the rivalry with Alabama. Does seeing them, pick to win the SEC preseason number 2, you've been a part of this rivalry for a while. Does that kind of give you a little bit of an extra chip to go out and beat them?
No, we wasn't projected last year to win it, or the year before that to win it. So, like I said, the rank didn't really mean anything because, like I said, last year we wasn't projected to win it at all. They picked like 6 last year. Obviously we won it, so we picked 2nd, I think, this year. I'm not sure, 3rd, but we can finish 10th. We can finish 3rd. We got to go there and place there.
How good is you got 9 teams in the top 25? How good is SEC basketball these days?
It's one of the best conferences in basketball, probably the best conference in basketball. Like you said, we got 9 of the top 25 in there, so that just goes to show you go on the road and you play one of these teams, you better bring it because you don't get around the gym. Same thing when you come to the jungle. If you don't come and bring it, it's going to probably be bad. So.
You and Jonas Adu were the 2 All-SEC bigs at the end of last season, same thing in the preseason here. Just what do you make of him as a player, and what do you remember about some of the battles you guys have had?
He's very skilled, talented, big. He's at Arkansas now, I think. So that'll be fun just to go against him again for 30 years. So, it'll be fun to go against him.
Johni, who's a player on your team that isn't getting enough preseason hype?
I'd probably say Denver Jones. I don't think they had him on none of the polls, the preseason polls, but as you can see, he's here. He's a leader on our team, and he's very slept on. But, you know, I don't think he's too high on the ratings either. But you know, I tell him all the time. Our teammates tell him like, you know, you're a big key to our team. You know, we need you to win, and he knows that as well. But he's going to show a lot of people this year how good he is.